Rúben Amorim has spoken, and when he speaks, everyone listens. This is one of the most honest managers we've had in recent times when it comes to Manchester United, and he's very honest about his situation at the club and all of the plans that are involved in, shaping or rebuilding this club, as the case may be. Now, ahead of Man United's trip to Bournemouth, and with a massive Europa League semi-final just around the corner, the Portuguese head coach gave us plenty to chew on, from transfer strategies to injury updates to the future of Rashford, Casemiro, and players out on loan. This isn't just another pre-match press conference. This is a blueprint for where Manchester United goes next. So let's break it down. Now, the first part basically is we'll begin with, injury updates. Now we begin with the squad, and the big news is Dalot is out. Diogo Dalot is out. Amorim confirmed that Dalot had a calf injury or calf muscle injury. And yes, there is also a chance that he could miss the rest of the season. And that's a very serious blow, right? That's a serious blow. Dalot has been very vital, both in defense and with pushing forward. But on a brighter note, Ahmad is close to returning. The Ligt nearly ready as well. But Aid in Heaven remains unavailable, and the juggling act continues. And it is a huge blow for Man United, but the truth is we have to just keep moving forward. Dalot will be sorely missed in the squad, but it is what it is. We have to keep moving forward. And the next part will be that every section, every game matters in this club. Every game matters in this club, no matter where the position of the league, the position on the league table is for Manchester United. Rúben Amorim has stated that every game matters. With European nights approaching, you would expect some rotation or rest, right? But Amorim isn't just having that. He said, and I quote, "We have to win every game. That feeling is really important not to lose. Bournemouth might not be like Bilbao, but the boss is treating it like a final. They press, they fight, and they are still chasing Europe, and United needs to be ready." And he said this, that we need to plan and prepare for them, not just to treat it like a game and just heavily rotate and stuff. He said he's going to put out the best squad to deal with Bournemouth. So, and the truth is, I have a bone to pick with Bournemouth, but it is what it is. We'll talk about it in the match preview. But let's keep moving on. And then, with regards to transfer strategies, let's talk transfers, basically. Amorim confirmed that he already knows who he wants to keep and who he's prepared to let go. He says we have to do things early, and he said that he has left the door open because he said he could change his mind anytime depending on performances. And performances in the next few weeks could change everything. For some players, the audition isn't over yet, right? And as for Matheus Cunha, Amorim refused to comment, and that's a very smart move. He doesn't want to fuel any rumor or fuel the rumor mill. And that is pretty much straightforward from Rúben Amorim with regards to Matheus Cunha. And then the next part will be, if United still attracts the top players or the best players. And he was asked that question, and Rúben Amorim answered that even without Champions League football, Amorim answered with confidence that Manchester United still attracts the biggest names. He said, "It is Manchester United." And obviously, he's right. He said, "We're a big club and everybody wants to play for Manchester United." I said this in one of the videos that we released with regards to Matheus Cunha. And he said, everybody wants to play for Manchester United. And he's right. Despite the chaos, despite the changes, despite the league position, players still want to come. And the badge still matters. And then, with regards to basically changing minds and all of that, now here's where it gets really interesting because Amorim made it clear that he's not stubborn. And he said if you step up, you earn your place, right? He gave an example of Casemiro. He said Casemiro is a perfect example. A few weeks ago, he looked finished. Today, he's performing, he's starting, he's contributing. He says, "I like to change my mind," Amorim said. And and that sends a powerful message because if you fight, you get a chance. And Casemiro is a perfect example. And I said this for weeks now. I've been saying Casemiro is playing himself or playing his way back into the squad, and he's been contributing so much so that he had to be rested in the last game so that he could be ready for this very busy week because we have Bournemouth, Bilbao, we have Bournemouth, Bilbao, one more Premier League game. Then we have, I think that'll be West Ham, Bournemouth, Bilbao, maybe West Ham, and then we have Bilbao again. So it's a very crucial 4 game back to back games that we need to play with regards to Manchester United and all of that. And then with regards to loan players, let's talk about Marcus Rashford. Obviously, he's always not left out in any of the media press conferences and all of that. I remember Amorim wasn't shy of talking about Marcus Rashford. He was very, straightforward in everything he put forward, but he was now very diplomatic with regards to how he responded to that question. And that was because obviously we all know that Marcus Rashford has been playing really well since he moved to Aston Villa. But Amorim confirmed that all loanees will return this summer, obviously, because that was the question that was asked. Will Marcus Rashford return to the club despite his performances and all that? And he said all loanees will return this summer, including Rashford and Antony. And he says once they are back, the club will assess or the club will make a decision. He sounded pleased with their progress, but he said the best thing for us is for them to perform, and they are performing. And that's encouraging. The door isn't shut, and the story isn't over. But from my own assessment of Amorim's demeanor when he was asked the question about Marcus Rashford, I could tell that Rúben Amorim isn't too impressed because I think he's made up. Marcus Rashford is one of the players. Marcus Rashford and Antony are the 2 players that Rúben Amorim has probably made his mind up on. But let's see how it goes because obviously he's looking for someone who fits in the system. And the truth is, if Matheus Cunha comes in, then that's it for Rashford because obviously left 10, right 10 is filled. And I don't know if he's going to be an option for striker because obviously Man United is targeting Liam Delap and Victor Osimhen. I saw a news up somewhere. I don't know. I can't confirm it that the Osimhen deal is off, but we will see, right? So let's move on. And then the next one is in regards to the league versus Europe. And he says, yes, Europa League is a priority, but that's no secret, obviously. But but that doesn't mean that the Premier League doesn't matter. With so many players unavailable, Amorim has to make choices, very hard choices. Sometimes it means resting. If it means uh, resting players in the league to win in Europe, but he warned that how they perform in the league could determine who starts in Europe. So, which means that he's going to put out a strong lineup, and every game is a trial. We're going to put out a strong lineup for Bournemouth ahead of the Europa League game, and then obviously you probably give some people 60 minutes and all of that, and then take them off. And then with regards to accountability and vision, which is the final part of this whole press conference review, we saw Amorim's honesty, his humility, and he said, "Oh, we are Manchester United, and we're near the bottom of the table. We need to be critical, no matter what happens." Obviously, he was asked questions about, oh, we know that you're always critical about your performances. You're always critical about how the team is playing and all of that. He now says, what's your assessment of the whole situation and all of that? He said, oh, Manchester United are near the bottom of the table, and we need to be critical no matter what happens. He's taking responsibility, not hiding, and at the same time, he has praised the board for backing his vision. Because one of the questions they asked is, do you think that the board will be sympathetic of your situation and then eventually offer kind of like, keep you on the job and help you, progress and rebuild this squad? Obviously, the message is clear. This is a process, and that's what Rúben Amorim has said, and it won't be fixed overnight, but there is a plan. And that is super encouraging. That is super encouraging. Now, the question, what did we learn from the whole press conference and all of that? First, Dalot is out. Ahmad is close. Transfer plans are already in motion, as we've been seeing in the rumors in the papers and on social media. And the door is open for those who might be willing to fight for their spot on the team. Now, this isn't just about one game, it's about rebuilding Manchester United. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comment section, right? Also, who do you think that Amorim has already made his mind up about? Let's talk about it in the comment section. Hit the comment section, hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything. And this has been United Talks Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And I'll see you on the next one. The next one is going to be the match preview for the game against Bournemouth away at the Vitality Stadium. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section as we build up towards a very interesting week. So take care, goodbye, and God bless.